Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Asian Psycho, and this is going to be the third episode for the UMP ETA family of reviews featuring me, Asian Psycho, aka Toast98. And this time we're going to be taking a look at the forgeable variant for the UMP called the Thompson submachine gun. Now, a little bit of in-real-life detail and background information on the Thompson submachine gun is that this is an American-made submachine gun. It was made during, I believe it was manufactured during the Prohibition era of America, sometime between the time of the end of World War One and the beginning of World War Two, because there are quite a few nicknames for the Thompson submachine gun, because it's a very classic and iconic weapon of. Basically, it's like a very iconic American weapon. It's like the Thompson submachine gun is like indicative of America during the Roaring Twenties movement and World War II, kind of, because the American forces did use the Thompson submachine gun during World War II. But it has a lot of nicknames like the Chicago Typewriter and other stuff like that, because it was pretty infamous among because of its widespread use among gangsters during the Prohibition era, especially those in Chicago, thus Chicago Typewriter. So a bit of a funny little background story on the Thompson submachine gun. But when World War II broke out, America decided to adopt the Thompson submachine gun as a primary submachine gun, or one of their standard issue submachine guns for their armed forces, especially in the European theater of the war. And it was highly used during during World War II, obviously, and it's got a few nifty features to it in real life, that is, not combat arms, but. Anyways, it's a very classic submachine gun in combat arms. It's a very good submachine gun, and let's get into why it's so good. And I believe it's manufactured at Colt. Someone please confirm that this Thompson submachine gun was made by Colt, so I'm not too sure myself either. Anyways, let's get on to the nitty-gritty stats of the Thompson submachine gun. So, the Thompson submachine gun plays a lot like the P90. In fact, all of its stats are exactly the same as it is on the P90 submachine gun. So if you compare them side to side, the damage, portability, rate of fire, accuracy, and recoil are all the same. Damage is 35, portability is 73, rate of fire is 82, accuracy is 67, not 77, 67, and recoil is 72. They're all the same compared to each other. Thompson and P90 are stat-wise exactly the same. Now, because the Thompson is so similar to the P90 in terms of overall performance, I'm not going to go into much detail about how they're so good. I'm just going to talk about how the Thompson is different, because if I go into detail about how the Thompson performs, it's kind of going to spoil it for the P90 family of reviews. I know some of you guys are really looking forward to the P90 family reviews, so I'm going to kind of withhold my opinions on the Thompson submachine gun in terms of its cold hard stats, and I'm just gonna go ahead and talk about everything else. So I'm sorry if you guys want to hear like a really in-depth review of the Thompson submachine gun, but I'll try to do the best I can. So in terms of its recoil, kickback, and all that stuff, the recoil is actually, compared to the P90, because I'm going to be making comparisons, but not actual like P90 related reviewing stuff, if you know what I mean. But since most of you, I'm assuming most of you have used the P90 before, you guys would know that the P90 has pretty good recoil, but the Thompson submachine gun, even though it technically says it has higher recoil stat, it has a higher kickback, because I feel like it fires faster than the P90. I don't know why. It may be because of its muzzle noise. It just feels like it fires faster than the P90, and because of that, the recoil kickback drifts upward a lot more and a lot faster than the P90 does. So I mean, take it as you will. That's just what I think. Moving on to the tap fire ability. It's a submachine gun. I mean, why would you want to tap fire with it? It's meant for close quarters. You can't even put a scope on it anyway, so why bother? Sprint drawback. Sprint drawback is moderate for submachine guns. I mean, because it is a submachine gun, it's pretty quick to begin with, so understandable. Draw speed. Its draw speed is very quick. In fact, it's a little bit slighter. It's a little bit faster than the P90, but you can still definitely tell that it's fast. It's faster in terms of in the time that it takes for your character to actually draw the Thompson submachine gun in order to be ready to fire with it. So that's a little bit of an advantage over the original P90. Let's see, center speed. The center speed is pretty much the same as the P90s, so don't bother with it. It's relatively quick, but it's not the quickest out there. Reload speed. So this is where the Thompson really shines in its own right. The reload speed is absolutely freaking crazy fast. I believe this is as fast as if my SAF. It's just that fast. And the VV Brobby LPO2. All those submachine guns have insanely fast reload speed, but you need to take into account that Thompson submachine gun has 50 rounds to begin with, so that's like combining the P90's huge 50 bullet ammo count with the reload speed time of like a VB Brobby LPO2 or for my SAF without magazine modification, so that's really fast. Fire modes, it's only available in fully automatic, nothing too special there. I mean, most submachine guns can't really fire in any other mode. Ammo capacity, or luck rather, its luck is actually on the higher side of submachine guns, I must admit, because I've gotten a lot more lottos that I can actually remember getting than I do with most other submachine guns. And maybe there's a little bit of exception, like the amicably FMG9. God, that thing's a lotto machine, but Thompson's pretty up there in terms of luck. Ammo capacity. So here's where it kind of lacks. It's the same as the P90, as they both have 50 rounds in the round drum barrel magazine out of 50 in reserve. So you only get 2 full magazines, and that's not going to last you a very long time either, because owing to the fact that Thompson has such a fast rate of fire, even though it says it only has an 82, you're going to burn through bullets extremely quickly. So either try to conserve your bullets and be as efficient as possible with them as you can, or try to kill enough people so you can have them drop enough ammo boxes for you if you got resourceful on. Key physical characteristics. So it's got a wooden foregrip, a wooden pistol grip. Well, not pistol grip, but it's got a wooden foregrip, a wooden kind of a trigger grip, and it's got a wooden stock. So, and all the others, it's pretty much like, I think it's like a corroded metal thing, but it also has a 50 round barrel drum round. But this is kind of a unique thing because most of the time, most games, especially like games like World at War or Call of Duty 2, the Thompson submachine gun only featured a 30 round magazine. But in World at War, there was an attachment where you could actually put the round drum barrel on the Thompson submachine gun, and that's what Common Arms decided to go with, the round drum barrel Thompson variant. So I find that I really like what Nexon did for the Thompson. It gave it a 50 round magazine, but at the same time I kind of don't like what they did, because that means that the Thompson submachine gun now has less ammo than your average assault rifle or submachine gun, so it's kind of a trade-off you need to think about here. Let's see here. Muzzle noise, it's a very high frequency, like a very static, I don't know, I suck at impersonating gun noises, but it's definitely very loud, high pitched, and very loud, so you can definitely hear someone using a Thompson from far away. In terms of attachment options, I don't think you can attach anything else onto the Thompson. It's already got a 50 round magazine. It doesn't make any sense for you to be able to attach, like slap on an extended magazine on that either. Well, most World War II guns anyway can't really attach silencers on them, so I don't think the Thompson is an exception either. And a sight, I'm pretty sure most World War II guns weren't able to be equipped with any kind of sights. At least the Thompson was. I know the Gewehr 43 you can technically put like an ICOG or an ITAC on, but because it's a battle rifle and you can't really use it in any other fashion anyway, Nexon decided to let you put like a scope on it anyway. So I mean, I guess that holds true for the STG-44, the MP-44, as I believe it's called in no, I think they call it the STG-44 here in Common Arms as well. I thought the MP-4, I don't know, I remember. Anyways, so moving on to the attachment, oh actually not, we already did attachment options. Moving on to whether or not it's fireteam worthy, I would say that because of its overall damage output, it would be understandable if you brought it into fireteam, but because of its insanely low bullet count at only 100 bullets in total, I don't think the Thompson is a very worthy choice to bring into like Cabin Fever or Black Lung. You're gonna run out of bullets way too fast. Quarantine worthy, I would say, I mean, there are better submachine guns for this because the portability is on the lower side of things, because the P90 and both the P90 and the Thompson submachine guns are classified as, or I like to classify them as, heavier hitting but slower and lower rate of fire submachine guns than that in like the submachine gun spectrum. I mean, granted, there are these weird NX standard submachines that seem to combine both aspects or both ends of the spectrum, like the T2 and all those other NX standard submachines. But the Thompson is not like that, and it's not really that much worth using in quarantine because first of all, it has such low ammo that you're not going to be able to hold up. Sorry about that. You won't be able to hold out for very long in quarantine anyway. So, anyways, I'm getting hiccups. This is bad. Anyways, and for my frank personal opinions, the Thompson is a rape machine if you use it right and if you do not mess with it. Alright, sorry about that, guys. There was a little brief cut in the audio, but anyways, for my last but not least, for my frank personal opinions on the Thompson submachine gun, it's I don't know if I'm already mentioned this because it's been like there's been quite some time between when I last started this recording, but the main thing I want to get across for you guys is that the Thompson submachine gun plays a lot like the P90, where it's a very quick killing submachine gun, as you probably can see from the gameplay. It puts people down very quickly with its high damage and like fast rate of fire. Technically speaking, it's not as fast as other submachine guns, nor is it as strong as other submachine guns, but it's definitely strong and it's definitely fast firing, and it definitely wrecks people's days with the Thompson submachine gun. And those few things, like the extremely fast reload speed, is what makes it have the edge over the P90. But all in all, it's not really that much worth it, because I mean, you have to go through so much more in order to get the Thompson submachine gun to begin with. So whether or not it's worth getting in terms of your opinions, that's up to you, and you guys can decide whether or not it's worth that investment to make to get the Thompson submachine gun, like getting all the replica pallets and then getting the UMP for a certain amount of days in order to forge the Thompson submachine gun. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Thompson submachine gun is a very good weapon. It could probably be my go-to submachine gun if it weren't for the fact that it just has too little ammo. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and hopefully you guys will look forward to the next episode.